Hello everyone, welcome back to the Fired Up Friday. So check this out. I found this piece of black chert. And if you could see here, it's got quartz running all through it. And it's probably hard to pick up on the camera, but there's little tiny flecks of quartz running all through this. Very, very sparkly. But I don't have any sun out right now. Well, I do, but not where I am. And it's the first piece of black chert I've ever found in Florida. I just happened to be walking down the road and saw it on the side of the road. So I have no idea if this is indigenous to Florida or it was trucked in. I have no clue. But it sparks great. I just chipped a little tiny piece off right here, and I want to show you. Look at the sparks on that thing. Now normally, this is the kind of chert that I find in Florida, this beige stuff. And this sparks great too. So what I have here, I have some chalk cloth. Now, if anyone is familiar with David West, he's like the fire master. And I remember watching a video years and years ago where he was saying don't use any type of cloth that was treated with like fabric softeners. And I says, you know what, I'm going to experiment with that. So I had an old t-shirt that was recently washed with fabric softener. And I made chalk cloth. And I'm going to show you in a minute. It affects it. It really does. Alright, I also have here some punk wood. And this is the best punk wood I ever made in my life. This can of punk wood is a couple of years old, and it just never goes bad. I made this. My neighbor had a large leaf maple. The thing had to be 50 feet tall, and it died. And she cut it down, and I took a couple pieces of it, and I wish I took more because I would have made all kinds of stuff out of it. But before I got to it, my other neighbor grabbed a bunch of it, and I don't know what he used it for, but I didn't want to go over and say, hey, can I have some of that? But I did get some pieces, and I was using them as stumps, and they were just kind of sitting in my yard, and they turned into punk wood. And I actually still have a couple of them in my shed. So we got that. And then here's some of that chalk cloth that I made with the t-shirt that was treated with fabric softener. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Let's get this out of the way. And then I have here a little piece of palm husk on the bottom, basically to hold these pine needles, which I found stashed in a box in my garage, and they're probably like 3 years old, so I have no idea how they're going up. Alright, let's see if we can use this little tiny piece. Now I don't know if you saw that, but it lit and it went out. Again. Okay, that one. Alright, that one took. But what would happen most of the time was it would land on there, it would light, and it would go out. So yeah, I definitely agree with David. Don't use stuff that has fabric softener in it. I don't know what it does, but it's like a flame retardant. Alright, we'll throw that in there. And let's cast some, get a little piece of punk wood going. And we'll use this. Hopefully I can get a good angle. they're all going in there. Oh, they're lit. Get that one out. That's plenty. All right. All right, all right. I don't know how old pine needles are going to work, but let's find out. Look at how that chalk cloth went out. You see that? It does not like to have fabric softener on it. It doesn't coalesce good. Let's put it on there. I mean, that should have burnt up already. The piece of punk wood is gone. I don't think that's going to light. Look at that. That is so weird. Let's see if it'll light this big piece of punk wood. Weird stuff, right? Okay, you get that piece of punk wood lit. You gotta let that coalesce for a second. And my battery's gonna die, so I'll just bring this right back. All right. There we go. Let's put some of these over that. This one's gonna make me work. Getting smoke. We got flamage. Never give up. I got pine needles all over the place. Yeah, so if you're having a problem with your chalk cloth, whoa, maybe it's because you use fabric softener. Whoa, we don't want to toast the camera there. Yeah, so I'm going to get another piece of that cloth that I have that had the fabric softener in it, and I'm going to rewash it without fabric softener and see if there's a difference. Because, I mean, you saw it right there. It just doesn't coalesce, and it's pretty hard to catch a spark. And old dried out pine needles don't work as good as new ones. But it's a smoking. Where's my poker? That's pretty good. That'll get your fire going. Nice, Captain. Nice. I'm waiting for the day this little piece of wood here goes on fire. My original stump, years and years ago, after making a fire on it, I walked away, and a couple hours later, I'm like, oh, that's on fire. Come on, wind, get out of my face. And there you have it, folks. Another Fired Up Friday. You know I'm going to say it. I'm sending you all much, much love and appreciation, my brothers and sisters. I want to thank you for coming along. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on the next one.